Like, the most selfish thing you can do as a human is not take care of your end of life. What are you doing, dude? Like, you need these dollars. Like, you can literally lose your quality of life. How many Americans, all their assets are taxable? Their house, their 401k, their IRA, their SEP, their simple, their gold and silver, their crypto, their business, their rental properties. Taxable, 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 taxable.
Joseph Lombardi, welcome back to Truth Be Told. It's been a year to this month. I'm happy to see you, brother. What a joy to have you. If you don't mind, people may not remember. One of the things I love about you is the story of you growing up and looking after your family because you had to, and I think that made you the man you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's my journey started before I was even born, where my mom wanted to murder me, because she wanted an abortion, So I've always started this behind the eight ball, this life. But what it did is it gave me a passion to wake up every single day with, a ball of fire and blessings from God that I'm here, and having a close relationship to God has healed a lot of wounds and made me stronger. And it's one of those things where you're put in positions, you can either be the victim or you could be the victor. There's two choices.
I want to add to what you're saying. I look at things in the philosophy that we are in God's school called life, and we're here to learn lessons. And until you learn a lesson, you're going to repeat them over and over again. You learned them from a very early age. Stop being a victim. You even had to raise a 15-year junior sibling to yourself. Step into the shoes of an adult and become an adult at age 15.
Yep.
I mean, those lessons are tremendous. And I think that made you an asymmetrical thinker, right? You're not linear at all. You're looking at opportunities and advantages all around, all of which led you to make Ironhawk Financial. How was that born?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the financial industry. I was in Wall Street. I had my securities license for 17 years, and I realized I was screwing people. I realized I was hurting people. I realized, they teach us, just take their money under management. And if the market goes up, great job, Joe, you're still robbing them. And if the market goes down, tell them to buy low. You're still robbing them. Great job, Joe. And I'm like, this is demonic. Like, what value are we doing? We're literally like picking random stocks. And then if they go up, we're a hero. If they don't go up, we're saying buy more of the stock that's going down because it's going to go back up. Stock market always goes back up. You always get exactly 10 to 12%. Listen to Dave Ramsey. It buy term, invest the difference. Just everything with the market. It's insane. And I meet these 50, 60, 70, 80-year-olds that are 100% invest in the market. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you need these dollars. Like, you can literally lose your quality of life. You won't be able to pay your light bill. You won't be able to feed yourself when the correction comes. What are you doing? And they're like, I don't know any other way. Like, that's just what I was told by Dave Ramsey. And it's like, oh my, the lack of education, intentional. The government owns the educational system. The educational system tells you to invest with the government. The government colluded with Wall Street. 401ks used to be tax-free. 401ks didn't have LB1 fee, Class A share fund fee, money manager fee, annual account fee, mutual fund fee. They didn't have federal tax, state tax. It's mind-boggling that people just don't question authority. They don't critically think. They're like, oh, I got this job, I clicked this button, and now 5% of my income goes to be trapped for 40 years. I handcuff my money. And then what does the government do? They lien your money. Well, what the rich people, they did it in Medicare. They did it in Social Security. They did it on our national debt. Like, we don't pay enough taxes for the highways, the roads, and the school system. It's all BS. And it's like, it's all fake. It's all fugazi.
Yes,
and
it
people
is.
need to wake up. Financial is so vitally important to your peace. And it's like, you need to spend your time getting closer to God with your grandchildren, vacationing, seeing places you're not going to be able to see in 5, 10, 15 years when your health will prevent you from going there. But yet so many people live in scarcity. They live in fear. They're like, oh, I have to hold every single dollar. It's like, what do I need? A gun, a year's full of dry food, a security system, and some good friends. Other than that, what else do you need? I have a garden, sure, grow your own food, but still GMO filled because we can't get clean seeds anymore. But it's still better than, having no food if everyone buys it like toilet paper in COVID. But it's one of those things where you have to have a plan, right? And nobody has a plan. Everyone fails to plan, and their plans to fail. Like, the most selfish thing you can do as a human is not take care of your end of life and leave it to your children. When they have children, they have mortgages, they have careers. It's like you really need to take it seriously. Your health, your wealth, your relationship with God, your emotional health, and your mental health. Those are the things that elevate you to the next level. Whether your goal is to make a boatload of money, whether your goal is to, live a life of leisure, whether your goal is to be a good family person. It's one of those things where you need to start with a foundation. And that's what everybody skips. How many Americans have long-term care? Not enough. How many Americans have disability? Not enough. How many Americans have a permanent life insurance policy? Not enough. How many Americans, all their assets are taxable? Their house, their 401k, their IRA, their SEP, their simple, their gold and silver, their crypto, their business, their rental properties. Taxable, 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 taxable. There's only 3 legal ways to put dollars into something, have it grow, and have it come out to you tax-free. One's a Roth IRA, government, high feed, illiquid till 59.5, can lose when the market goes down. 2 is municipal bonds, which interest rates and bonds are inverse. So as interest rates go up, bonds go down. That's why no one's owned bonds since interest rates were 0% in 2017. No one owns them. So now you got these 60, 70, 80-year-olds who don't have a prudent man strategy that are 100% in the market. And the third place is IRS code section 7702. That's it. There's no other legal way. I mean, you want to launder money through drugs or a laundromat? I mean, you want to risk your freedom. But
you could use the Clinton Foundation model. They do that really well.
and your foes that are 33 years old, died of heart attacks. Okay.
But you know what? I love talking to you about this, because one of the things that I find so compelling, not just about your story, but about you, and what resonates with our audience, the people that are here, is your relationship with God, and what you espouse are godly principles. And all of this relates back to our teachings of Scripture.
Correct.
Jamie, you're sitting here. I see your face. You're a businesswoman. You must have questions. I just love the way you think, Joseph, by the way. I really do. It's so fun.
Yeah, you're blowing me away. I'm amazed, because years ago I was a stockbroker too for a little bit in my life. But I think that a lot of people listening here might be the people that are just getting out of college, just starting their jobs, young, and they're living paycheck to paycheck. And then there's also the people that are a little older that have gotten themselves in huge credit card debt. So if you had those 2 types of people, and they're probably like, I don't have a dime extra other than to pay my rent or to pay my credit card bills that are 20-something% interest. What's the first thing you would advise them to say, take a deep breath. Now, where do they do next? What's the next steps?
In 3 minutes or less.
Yes.
Number 1, budget. Number 2, live below your means. You don't need to impress your neighbors who don't like you with a car you can't afford. Okay? So what you need to do is, if you make $50,000 a year, you live on 45. You take every penny of that 10% and you pay the cancer in your life called interest. And you go after your student loans, you go after your credit cards aggressively. You cut your credit card up. Number 2. Number 3 is, once your credit card debt is 0 and you get to be what I call a wealthy American with a net worth of 0. Because if you're worth 0, you're more wealthy than 50% of Americans, by the way, if your net worth is 0. So your goal is to be worthless. Okay. That's the goal. Isn't that sad in our culture? The goal is to become worthless, because you're better off than 50% of Americans. Okay. So get to the goal of worthless, right? Financially. And no, I'm not saying spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Get to the goal of worthless, and then get a plan. 10% index universal life. Overfunded. Buy the least amount of life insurance legally possible and overfund the crap out of it. The extra dollars stay within the circle. It's called max cash minimum death benefit, which most agents won't tell you, because me as a licensed agent, we make money on the death benefit we sell you, not the premium that goes in. So we're going to want to say, let's buy you more life insurance. No. You buy the least amount legally, and the agent's going to make nothing. They probably won't even want to sell it.
Wait, you're talking about term insurance or whole life?
I'm talking about permanent index universal life insurance.
Got it.
7702 code is embedded in a permanent life insurance policy. So number 3, if it's hard for you to do that, reach out to a company like Debt Shredder, reach out to a company like Cash Map, and if you own a home, what they do is they have you take out a small home equity line of credit, move all your bills to the last day of the month, your electric bill, your gas bill, your car bill, everything to the 30th of the month, and then you transfer the money. You have nothing in your bank. All your money goes towards your mortgage to the home equity line. Then you transfer the home equity line over to your bank once a month.
Man, that is beautiful. Joseph, thank you for this. We're out of time, but I got to tell you, I love the 2-fer or even 3-fer of this whole chat, because number one, you get entertainment, you get education, and on top of that, you're a great motivational speaker. So thank you for being here. It's absolutely fabulous.
Hey, it's not me, man. It's Jesus.
I get it.
God, that's it.
I get it, man. All glory to God. I get it, but nonetheless, you're the vessel by which it's coming to us. So thank you very much for that. It's really an honor to have you here. I hope it's not another year before we chat, because people need to hear this. And I love the cold, hard truth part of all this, man. You're right. Facts don't lie. So thank you to you, Joseph. God bless you, brother. Thanks for being here. Jamie, to you and the rest of the team, thanks for putting this together.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate allowing me to use your platform to speak the truth, to try and help and free people from the slavery that the culture and the government put them in.
Doing it every day.
That's exactly right. Our honor, brother. So long, everybody.